Kieran, after being taken off after 60 minutes on Saturday, you were a little bit disappointed. Come out tonight, you got yourself the first goal, not just the first goal of the campaign, but the club's first goal of the season. How do you feel after that?
Good for the goal, disappointed for the result. Don't count really, don't think about always the team performance. But glad to get off the mark, hopefully we're running to get a lot of goals this season.
I mean, just talk me through the goal a little bit. You know, what were your thoughts when the ball was played through to you? Obviously, you know, it was a little bit under pressure, but
defender coming across for 50-50, just had to nick it in front of him, so it was quick reaction. Basically,
it was a decent finish, you know, to get your goal tally underway. What do you think were the positives? I mean, I know there was, you know, it's a bit of a scrappy performance in the end. It wasn't the best, but what do you think the positives you can take? Not just as a team performance, but as an individual performance as well from this?
Good for me, isn't it, really? I think the positives is that we could improve a lot for the next game. There's a lot of improvement that we have to take to the next game to do well this season. Do you
think it's important now that the lads get their heads up and, you know, forget about this and move on to the next game and just concentrate on that?
Carry on, push on to the next game. Forget about it.
Oh, good. Thank you very much, Kieran.
Nice.
Cheers, pal. So the 1-1 left it quite late. Bit of a tough game to get into at the start. What were your overall thoughts of the game?
I think the hardest thing is for clubs, certainly in our position where we finished quite near the bottom last year, and Paddenham coming up as well. It's important that you get off the mark. You don't want to be on 0 points for a long time, because then the pressure starts to build and you're looking to kind of where everybody else is doing, where they're getting, how many points they're getting, and suddenly you're chasing the pack rather than being in among them. I mean, we're going to be happy to finish mid-table, and we've always aimed for a point a game, so if we can get 42 points this season, pick up as many points as we can away, and obviously get some home wins, we're hopefully there or thereabouts.
So what were your positives from your side tonight from performances?
I think it was fantastic with our lads getting battling towards the end. Obviously half-time, we thought it was quite easy. In the first half it was quite level, and we said look, there's not much in the game, we've got to keep going, 1-0 down, but hopefully we can get back into the game. I think the second half we were probably the better side. I think maybe if we'd have got a goal 10-15 minutes earlier, we might have gone on to win the game, but we're happy to come to places like this and get a point. It's really important.
Just a little quick one on Paddy, obviously the new boys of the division. You know, how do you think they fared in tonight's performances, and what do you think they need to do, you know, just, you know, for future performances to make their stay in this league a little bit easier?
Yeah. I mean, I never comment on what they should do with the team and things like that. I thought they battled really well. A couple of older heads at the back that held the team together. I thought they were a really good side. And we found last year, it was our first time in management at this level. We'd always done North East counties before. We found that we came into them a bit in all of everybody really, but I think the more you get into the league you realise there's not many teams that are miles above and miles in front of you. Everyone can beat everyone. I mean, last year we beat Skelmersdale at home, we beat Trafford at home, and they went on to get promotion. So it just shows as long as you're staying around it, you keep your lads confident, you keep them together, you can pick up points. Whoever you play in this league, there's nobody to fear really.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Lee. Thanks for your time. So, Steve, the first home game of the new campaign, how do you think your lads got off on tonight's performances?
I think we're all disappointed with the performance tonight. The positive thing we can take from the game is that we've got a point on the board. From a footballing point of view, I don't think we played very well. You know, I just spoke to the lads. We've got to improve that as the season goes on. I'm sure we'll do that.
I was just speaking to young Kieran. I said that he was brought off in the previous game around about the 60-minute mark. He was a little bit disappointed. How important do you think it was that he got his first goal tonight, you know, just to get under his belt as a bit of confidence?
I think it's important that strikers do score early doors. You know, you've only got to look at the new players in the Premiership this season. 1 or 2 are off the mark, so it'll do Kieran a world of good, because I don't think he scored a goal towards the end of the season. His performances were brilliant towards the end of the season, but he didn't get himself a goal, and you know what goal scorers like to score goals, so very pleasing for him that he's off the mark.
You talked about how the performance was a little bit disappointing, you know, how the lads can be disappointed with it. What do you think the lads need to do in terms of preparation for the next game, and obviously how to tackle this season?
Well, they've got to realise that, you know, we've moved up a division, they've got to look after themselves a little bit better. It is going to be a tough season. I know I've got a good dressing room, I know I've got good players in there. you know, we're just disappointed tonight that I've just been upstairs. There's a crowd of 246 on tonight, which is fantastic. You know, but we haven't put a performance on for them now. We just, you know, how many of them will come back on Saturday? Hopefully most of them will. We'll get back on the training pitch next week. We'll work on things. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Okay.
Thanks for your time. Cheers, Pat.
You're welcome.